So Jesus. So what was I at? Oh, Constantine got his hands on Christianity. He wanted to make it suit the empire, and people started fighting over the Trinity and whether Jesus was God and the deity of Jesus and everything else. So man screwed up Christianity. God said, I gotta fix this. They down there warring, killing each other again. Evil gonna take over the world. So that's when he came with the Quran. Now the Quran had to say whether or not the Trinity was right or not. That's why God had to do it. Because it's like your kids. You send your kids into the room, say pick out a tie or pick out a dress for you or get my shoes. And they get in there and they start arguing over, well, no, mom wants this shoe. No, dad wants this tie. And they get to fighting and arguing. And then they ready to go to blows because each one of them wants to bring the pair of shoes that they want, and one wants to conquer the other. Now you got to go over there and tell them which shoes you really want or which tie you really want. God got to do the same thing with men because behavior. It's nothing against Jews, nothing against Christians and Muslims. Now you secularize yourself. You got the Shiites and the Sunnis, and they kill each other, and they oppress each other and everything else. Because it's man's ungodly behavior. And this is why the Lord had me write this Bible, to try to teach you all, and you Hindus also, because you Hindus were in a different part of the world, and it wasn't the information age like it was today. It is today, where information flies that fast. But He gave you your own guidance. That's why the Gita tells you don't sin and be humane and do good for humanity. That's the point of that. Because the point of all these holy books is to get people to behave well and treat each other right, so they ain't taking a sword or a gun or anything else to each other, causing bloodshed and hurting each other, and trying to make each other slaves. That's the point of all the holy books. The point of this New World Testament that I put online. So this is why in a perfect world, and like I said, you Jews and Christians, don't get all mad at me. I'm just telling you why God's word had to evolve the way it is. Because the point of it is humble obedience, to behave well in God's eyes. This is why in a perfect world, there would really be only Hinduism and Islam. Because all the Christians in a perfect world would have said, oh, well, that makes sense. We shouldn't believe in the Trinity. We shouldn't, we got to read all these holy books. And that's why a good Muslim is supposed to read the Bible and the Quran. And just like in a good Illuminati, you read all these holy books and the holy book I put online. You read them all. Because the point is to make man more humane. Because, see, as religion keeps dividing and people keep becoming more sinful, God's word becomes irrelevant. And the eye takes hold. This is how one world order happens. This is how the Antichrist takes hold. The bad behavior of people. Because if everybody, even if everybody down here was sinless, tried to be as sinless as they could to each other, and stood up against the eye, these few in here couldn't do anything. There's not enough of them. But by you breaking a society, and they did it on the plantations with this, how you control a society, you put a lot of classes in it. See, because you naturally create class warfare, because everybody wants to be as high as they can on the totem pole. Everybody wants to be as close to the eye as they can because they think it's the place of honor. The ignorant, ungodly man who doesn't know any better, and I'm not you saying that as an insult, I'm saying he's ignorant, he doesn't know any better. He thinks sitting next to the eye is the place of honor. But it's actually the place of dishonor. Because that means you're the biggest brown noser. So it's not a place. Being as humane as you can. That's why Jesus sits next to God in the place. Put it this way. This is why Jesus sits at the right hand of God in the place of honor. Because he was the greatest humanitarian to ease human suffering. And he was that strong revolutionary that fought for all the poor masses. And tried to ease human suffering. So sitting next to him, that's like sitting next to the devil. That's the place of dishonor. Sitting next to God is the place of honor. So I want to hang with Jesus in the end. I want to go to heaven. I want to hang with Jesus in the end. I don't want to be down here in hell, because I want to be one of his brown-nosing flunkies. You see what I'm saying? So This is why I try to tell you all worship God. And like I said, Karl Marx, you liberals, that's why you poor people like to be liberals, because you don't like the servitude you're under. You're the proletariat. And this is why God is so important. So I hope you all turn to God and worship God, and you see the need to better your behavior the best you can. And I hope you go to the website and you check out the Holy Book, because it's to save humanity and keep one world order from happening. Because I don't like to see my brethren starving, or my brothers or my sisters, because the whole human race is my brothers and sisters, in China, Mexico, South America, Africa, anywhere in the world. Okay, when I see a man dying over a diamond, well, I wouldn't want to die over a diamond. Isn't that man's life worth more than a diamond? I mean, a diamond, you just put it on your finger, or you wear it around your neck. Gold, you just put that stuff on. I mean, would you want to die for that stuff? Would you want to die so somebody else could have that stuff? Is it that important? Ungodly man has his values screwed up. Okay? You wouldn't want to die. You wouldn't want to suffer like that man who's trying to struggle for 30 cents a day to find that diamond or find that gold. You wouldn't want to suffer like that. But you make him suffer. Isn't his life worth more than that? Wouldn't you want, put it this way, if I was the guy and you were down here, wouldn't you want me to say your life is worth more than my hoarding all the wealth? You know, I seen this family on YouTube, the Rothschilds. Supposedly they have $500 trillion. But you got $500 trillion while the world is starving. And this is why you see all these revolutions in the world. Because people are suffering more and more. And that's what causes revolutions. When people start suffering, they want to revolt. If you guys were down here, starving and suffering, and I was the elite with the $500 trillion or the tons of money, wouldn't you want me to say your lives are worth more? It's more important for me to ease human suffering. Wouldn't you want me to ease your suffering? Or would you rather me just say, well, no, I'm going to hoard all the gold, I'm going to let you die? Now, I can't believe you would say that. You'd want me to ease your suffering. So then you all need to turn to God and ease the suffering of humanity. Because that's what makes you important. If you hoard all the money, I don't care who you are. You hoard all the money, you just tolerate it. I mean, I got to put up with this guy because I got to get a paycheck. But what you do for humanity is what makes you important. So I hope all you people turn to God and understand how an ungodly power structure works, and why do as much goodwill as you can. And goodwill ain't building a welfare state. That don't mean you got to tolerate some lazy joker who don't want to work, don't want to do nothing. No, doing goodwill is making that joker get up off his backside and do a fair day's work. Not a sweatshop day's work, a fair day's work. Okay, that's goodwill too. Standing up for what's right is goodwill. Okay, because like I said, I don't need a rich parasite or a poor parasite. Okay, I want good behaving people around me that want to be humane, and I can be humane towards them, and we can all get along and not sin against each other and do our best. Now, I mean, I understand people ain't perfect. Maybe you have a bad day once in a while, but look, if most of the time you're doing good and you have a bad day, that's one thing. If you acting all bad and evil every day, that's something different. That means you want to be that way. So man needs to realize another human being is worth more than that gold and material wealth and that golden carrot that the ungodly world teaches us to chase. So God bless, and I hope you turn to God and have a good day.